tie the name of Jesus. We're here to worship his name.
One night, me and Ryan and Abby, we were hanging out in the chapel, and we had been trying to write for like an hour and nothing was happening, and I kind of just had this like musical idea of, and just like had that kind of with this idea of brighter like floating around like in my head somewhere, and just said like there's a song here. And so with it, I just really started to just kind of flesh out and just process through over the next 4 to 5 days. It was like all I did. Like I didn't do homework. I would go to class and go to work and then come back, and like all I could do was just focus on like, I've got to say this, I've got to put this somewhere. And just a lot of time spent with the Lord alone, just saying, hey, like, how do I communicate the fact that you're brighter? Because I think sometimes we view like evil as dark and God is light, and we view them like they're kind of on the same playing field, and like the light is better than the dark because it just is. But I think sometimes we forget that, like, yes, evil is dark metaphorically, and well, goodness and God is bright, but the light defeats the dark because the light is brighter, not because it's just light. I think we approach worship like we're gonna come and like we'll be satisfied and we'll spend time in God's presence, and you know, we'll say things like it's so sweet, or like it just filled me up so much, or things like that, and that's great, but that's not all of God's character. Like, he's mighty and he's just, and there's this furious side of God's personality that I think worship music oftentimes leaves out. And so it was cool with the live recording of, hey, like, you know, it's called My Savior, My King, and you've got the upbeat songs, and really I think kind of where it fit in there was, it was this declaration of, hey, like, this is who God is. This song for me was, and I think the heart behind it was just, it's a mighty declaration. It's a powerful declaration. You know, like, we had all kinds of songs that were just sweet. We got to rest in God's presence and just worship him for who he is and for what he does. But this was a time to say, hey, we're gonna just declare, like, this is the power of our God, that he is brighter. And so it was one of those things where this was a capstone for me personally of just, all right, like, this is incredible what we get to do here, you know, because we're getting to write and record our own songs, you know, for the church, for the student body, and then sing them together and kind of capture all of that in one night is just such a unique thing. I was getting to do what I love to do most with the people that I love most, and yeah, it was great. If there's anything that, any prayer, any hope that I had for the song, it wouldn't just be something that people sing and enjoy, but that it would be internalized and be used in their hearts and used to draw them closer to Jesus, used as a way for them to have victory of themselves over the enemy and say, in this moment, in the heat of the battle, my God is brighter and he has the victory.